guys, what's going on? Dynkleberg here, just starting my From Scratch series. I'm going to be doing a series in conjunction with Ravlar and Puretppc. I will have their channel links in the description, and I think they're starting a little bit later than I am, but I just want to get a couple ideas going and try some things out and see how things go. Anyways, so let's say you got hacked and you got absolutely nothing in the bank. On a crap account like mine, it's not nearly maxed, and has basically nothing in it, nothing of real value. The only thing I kept in here is just stuff I couldn't be bothered to destroy, like Slayer Helm, for example, and a mostly charged Blood Amia Fury. Everything else, everything in this tab is not being touched at all. All these extremes and overloads and stuff, not being touched at all. I just didn't want to destroy them. Anyways, let's get right into it. To kick things off, I decided to gather a bit of cursed energy and weave it into, I think it was Brilliant Energy I ended up doing, just so I get some starting cash. In the end, I ended up selling those for 31k, and decided to move on and collect some white berries from the Red Dragon Isle. That's something I used to do on Old School, as well as whenever I needed quick cash on RS3. It's pretty consistent. So I ended up selling those white berries for 156k, and I decided that I had enough cash that I was going to do a bloodweed run, because bloodweeds are very, very good, but I couldn't buy a seed, so I ended up having to go to the bandit camp and buying 150k. Also doing morchellas. Morchellas are very, very good money. So I ended up selling all those bloodweeds and morchellas, and I ended up making 350k, so that's nice. Then I went ahead and bought myself a whip, and I was going to use dual wield to kill QBD until I had a slightly better idea than that. I'd saw the price of the vine, and I decided just to go for a Sarah sword instead. So I bought that and some rock shell, and I'm gonna make my way over to QBD. Had to grab a couple phoenix feathers to make the super anti-fires, but that's not a big deal. I think I went and collected about 10 before I got out of here, just so I'd have enough for a little while. So I was talking to my best friend at the time, and he, as a thing for fun, he wanted me to use an Addy Halper to try and get my first kill, and I was having a little bit of trouble buying it. I was thinking, wow, it's expensive, and it didn't even buy, which is the surprising part. So I had an idea. So those Hallies weren't buying for 22.9k, I think it was, that I had them in the G. So I come over here, I check, and they're sitting here for 8.3k each. So I go ahead and buy 10 of them for 83k. Because I think, oh, maybe I'll make a bit of money off those. So I ended up selling them for 178k minus one, because I wanted to keep one for that little challenge. So I made a good profit of 90k in just a couple of minutes there. It's quite nice. And with that, I decided I had enough gear to start going. Until somebody in my stream chat had pointed out that I didn't have any armor. And that was a big oopsie daisy. So I ended up buying rock shell. Can you believe it's 185k? Like, that was expensive. I didn't think it was that much. And also decided to buy an Amia Glory just because it's only 10k and it would give me a decent stat boost. I feel like it's needless to say, but that was a really rough start to the P1, so I ended up just switching to the Sarah sword there. It was just too brutal for me. I couldn't do it. I got like 15k health down, but I was splashing everything. So, anyways, yeah. Of course, I got super unlucky on the P4 and it hardened the carapace, so it's just really unfortunate. I thought all was going well, and I was gonna be able to do this until I didn't respect that message in the chat there, and that's instant kill. Unlucky. So I ended up doing a slight upgrade. I ended up getting an Excalibur and some Beltfish so I could combo eat, because I realized just trying to eat the jellies on their own was it was not very fun. I would always be low HP, like 100% of the time. So I ended up just swapping out a couple of that, and surprisingly went a lot better. And there is the first kill. It was 3.5 minutes. Not a good kill at all. But yeah, it was finally over. And I get some little goodies here. Right away, off the bat, 150k cash drop. That helps tremendously in going for upgrades. So I'll be putting that to very good use pretty soon here. That's the second kill down. And what do I get? It's not too good. So I had felt brave enough to try a second kill there without banking. And, well, because I got the rocktails, I thought maybe I could do a second kill. And I ended up getting tortured souls that spawned weird. And I didn't see the message in chat, the hot flames. So, yeah, that's death number 2. Unlucky. So I decided to sell off all the loot of those 2 kills, and I ended up getting 160k or something it was. So that's gonna get me a little bit of gear upgrades. One of my friends had mentioned that it might have been more worth it for me to use Elder Shortbow with Dragonbane arrows. So I figured, why not? I'll give it a shot. It doesn't cost me that much to invest. I ended up buying the spine armor for about 90k or so. And yeah. So I ended up doing a range kill there, and I think it shaved off about a minute on my time there. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that you'd use the Elder Shortbow with Dragonbane arrows as opposed to a Sarah sword. I would never do that again. So at this point, I was hard pressed for my first investment to either be a Masuda spear or a Sun spear. I knew I wanted one of the two. Let's see what I ended up doing in the end. So after that last kill there, I ended up getting over 600k. So I decided it was time. I was gonna go with the Sun spear because I had other plans to do with the Sun spear than I would with the Masuda's War spear. I ended up trying to resell the spine gear, but it wouldn't even sell for Alk price, so I just said, I'll just hold on to it for now. Never know if I'm ever going to do some ranging in the future, so, or in the near future I should say. So yeah, unfortunately I couldn't sell the rock shell or the spine, so I highly recommend against it if possible. So I ended up doing my flasks, crystal and regular. I ended up making around 500k it was in the end, maybe slightly less. Yeah, and then I decided to see if I could get some skeletal, and 324k for a set. So, after experiencing rock shell and spine not selling, I decided against it because I don't want to get stuck with that much. I have 600k in armor I can't get rid of in total, so boarded that one real quick. So I ended up buying a full lunar there for, I think it was about 250k or so. Then after that, I realized that I needed some runes, so what I decided to do was I did a rune run as well as a shop run. Well, and by shop run I mean the claws and the knives. So I ended up buying all that stuff there in my inventory for about 50k, and let's see how much I turned that in. So yeah, in the end there, I ended up making, what was it, like 240k, but I couldn't even sell those steel knives offhand and mayhand for 1 GP each, so I just assembled them because they're just not used to me, and they weren't selling, so I didn't want them clogging up my G. So I started with 475k there, and I'm going to end with about 928k or so. And yeah, so I ended up making a good chunk of money off that rune run there in the end. It was like about 500k or so, and or 450k profit, and it only took me about 6 minutes or so, I think it was. So yeah, it's pretty nice money. So it was time to do another bloodweed run though. That's another bloodweed run down, and then that brings my cash stack to just over 1 mil. Woohoo! The first million GP made on the account. Well, I mean, if you don't count Stun Spear and Rock Shell and all that other stuff adding up. As I was doing a bit of QBD with Mage there, I realized that the Rock Shell and the Spine had sold, and I didn't sell them that low, so it's pretty good that I got most of my money back out of it. So I'm quite happy with that. It just took a little while to sell. That was quite an annoying kill to finish. I did not want to phase into P4, but I got a little something from that kill, so it was definitely worth the struggle on the P4 there, cause I got a Vizzy, and that helps a lot. That's gonna boost my cash stack by double. So I had loot from those two kills is I started with 1195k cash stack, and it's gonna jump from that Vizzy as well as the Rune Ore drop I got immediately after. And I'm gonna have a grand total of 2989k. That's a big jump. And now I just want to say something. So I was doing Virago the other day in a random 5-man team, and I saw somebody who had just stuff that looked like it was completely out of 2013 or something like that, or 2014. I forgot what year Rago was released, but I think it was 2013. Anyways, it was just the same kind of setup that you'd imagine from that time period, like with the Sage as the weapon and range bomb tanking and stuff, and all on augmented gear. And anyways, it kind of gave me an idea that I wanted to try. I want to try bomb tanking Virago with the bare minimum gear that I can. And I immediately knew right away that without an Army of Souls, the only way that I could see it being feasible would be to have a Spirit Shield. Because the 30% damage reduction on the Spirit Shield is just absolutely insane. A little while later, I ended up buying a Gothic Staff because I was kind of getting frustrated with splashing quite a bit on the QB there. And unfortunately, I didn't realize that. Well, I mean, I did, but I didn't know if I wanted to use it. So I had a Slayer Helm in my bank, and I was also on a Black Dragon task, but I was choosing not to use it for the super early part of the account, just because I feel like that would be cheating, you know? Like, I'd have really high accuracy and damage with, like, minimal gear, and I kind of want to avoid that until I at least had some mediocre gear and supplies. Anyways, yeah, that's going to be a big upgrade having the Gothic Staff. But unfortunately, if you look at my cape, I wasn't smart enough to switch my cape, so that's going to cause an issue down the road. So I decided that I would take a little break from QBD because I've been doing it for a couple of hours, and I decided that I wanted to try out some Vindicta. I wanted to test my luck, see if I could maybe get a decent drop, and just explode the series into something crazy where I'd get like an obliteration or something right away. You know what I mean? Just a big gear upgrade that would help a lot. Anyways, let's see how that goes. First kill coming in. Let's see. What am I going to get from this first kill? I actually got a Zerosian Essence on the very first kill that I did. But yeah, it still took me about 3 minutes, I think the kill time was, so even if I got one every single kill, I don't think it'll be worth doing over QBD anyways. I have to get really lucky and get a Lance or a Crest, like, really, really early, basically. So yeah, that's the second kill down, and yeah, it was like 60k, so I just decided that with 3-minute kills that I was getting with this gear, it's just really just straight up not worth it for me to do right now until I can get better kill times. It's just not very efficient compared to QBD. I could make a lot more money there. Yeah, that Essence ended up selling for 117k, so on those 2 kills, that took up, let's say, about 7 minutes of my time. I only ended up making like 160, 170k, something like that. So, like, I guess it's not terrible, but I would have definitely made more killing 3 QBDs for sure. Once again, it was time for a Bloodweed run, so that's good, because it's pretty much a guaranteed, like, 100 plus K profit. Usually a bit more than that, but as long as the herb doesn't die. So after selling off those 2 or 3 QBD kills I did, I think it was 2, and then the Bloodweeds, or no, it might have been about 4 QBD kills. Anyways, I made 1 mil off that, which puts me well above my first goal. So I got to buy something a little cheeky with that little money that I made. So I ended up going to purchase the Divine here, and I ended up getting it for 5 mil flat, which is really nice. Because now I have stage 1 of the bomb tank setup. After doing quick Bloodweeds, I end up saving up all the Rocktails brews and restores I got for quite a while. I don't have like a crazy high amount, but I have enough for what I want to get started doing. And when I sell off all this stuff, it's I've reached the goal that I wanted to get basically. Oh, like for episode 1, for day 1, I should say. So I end up getting a Virtus wand here. I have to buy it a little over mid, but it wasn't that much. It was, I think, 3.75 mil. And yeah, that allowed me to get exactly where I wanted to be, which is being able to bomb Rago. And yeah, basically all I had to do was turn my examine settings on private and just pretend like I was properly geared. But I mean, I was the one hosting the team, so if they didn't want to come, they didn't have to. But anyways, yeah, gonna get right into it. So in the end, I end up making a couple overloads and a couple replenishment pots, and yeah, the gear you're seeing right now is what I ended up doing. I think it was around 5 hours and 45 minutes into the series, and yeah, I'm gonna be attempting the first kill here in a second once everybody's ready up. So we're a minute 18 into the kill now, and Jumper hasn't jumped yet. 2 minutes in, still haven't jumped yet, but that's fine. I'm geared enough where I can just tank all day. 3 minutes in, still going. We're 4 minutes in now. Oh, and we finally got a jump at 4 minutes. Woohoo! Alright, there's phase 2 down and over with. That wasn't too bad. I mean, couldn't have gone any worse than that phase 1 went. That's phase 3 over with. I didn't get to do a whole lot there because unfortunately people weren't standing in the right spot, so I basically had to sit out in a distance and I didn't really get a chance to attack very much because yeah, they were too close. That's phase 4 over and done with. Wasn't too bad. Let's get ready for phase 5. And there it is, the first kill down. That didn't even go that bad apart from the P1. Like, that was pretty decent. I only really took damage on P1. Took a lot of damage on P1 though. And yeah, I end up getting 2.1 mil loot. A little more than that because the tour stalls, but for some reason don't show there. Second kill, and we get a jump right at 106 there, so it's like, could have been slightly better, but it's fine. Because like that's much better than the 4 minute one we had last kill, so quite happy with how that one went. As you can tell by my food's hardly been touched at all as I eat. That's next kill down, and I got a personal record for that one, which is really strange, but I'll take it. I mean, my personal record on my main isn't very good anyways. And yeah, I got a couple drops there, 3 piles. And a back-to-back PR, only by a second, but it's still something. I think that's the last kill we end up doing this trip. Or wait, no, we actually did one more. And I got 3 mil loot. And that was the last kill. Our DL5 actually died partway through, so we ended up becoming a 4-man, which is still more than needed. But yeah, that was the last kill. And I didn't get any drops the last kill, but that's fine. Not a big deal. So we ended up getting 32 energies in total, and so in order to split in the 5-man, I had to sell 2 of the energies. So each person ended up getting, was it 6 energies and 414k cash, I think it ended up being. So it was quite nice. We each made that much just in energy, not including loot. So I ended up selling it all off there for, I think it was like 2.1 mil or something like that. Was my personal loot. So, or it was like 2.4. Anyways, I ended up with 8.9 mil in that hour. It was not even an hour. It was like 45 to 50 minutes or something like that. Anyways, yeah, I had 8.9 mil, and that's how I ended the first day. I went to bed after that. It was a 7-hour stream. I started late in the day. I could have done a lot more if I'd done it as soon as I woke up, but unlucky. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the first day and where I'm going to end the first video. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow my stream, follow Ravlar on YouTube, and follow Puretppc. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have yourself a fantastic day, and thanks for watching.